Right, so I thought I would give you more of what I've done. I'm going to start from the beginning, and I have actually added a few more bits and bobs to my story. Are you ready? Alice and Ben had grown up on Maplewood Street, their childhood filled with whispered dares and eerie stories about the old Grayson house. It loomed at the end of the block, its weather-worn facade hiding a history so gruesome that no one dared to step inside. Legends of poltergeists, demons, and sinister mimics kept even the bravest away. But one chilly autumn evening, curiosity finally overpowered caution. Flashback to the childhood memory. Alice and Ben met when they were 6 years old. Ben had moved into the house next door, a shy boy with messy brown hair and a fascination for ghost stories. Alice, being bold and adventurous, had knocked on his door with a peanut butter sandwich, and it declared, "You are my new best friend now." From that moment on, they were inseparable. They spent summers riding bikes until dusk, daring each other to touch the rusted mailbox in front of the Grayson house. "It's cursed," the older kids would say. They would warn them that it was cursed. "Touch it, and the ghosts will follow you home." One rainy afternoon, they built a makeshift fort in Alice's backyard and whispered stories about the house. What if the ghosts just want to talk? Ben had wondered. What if they're lonely? Alice scoffed. Ghosts don't get lonely, they just scare people. Still, as they grew older, the legend of the Grayson house remained their shared secret, a childhood mystery they never quite let go of. Present day. With adrenaline surging, they hopped the sagging fence, their breath misting in the cold air. Ben pried back a loose board from the window, and Alice climbed in first, her flashlight flickering over the dust-covered pillars. The air inside was suffocating, thick, with an unnatural stillness. Flashback to 1972. The Grayson family once filled the house with laughter. Charles and Margaret Grayson had 3 children, Emma, Luke, and little Abigail. It was a picture-perfect home until Charles lost his job. The weight of the failure, compounded by paranoia and whispered voices only he could hear, twisted his mind. One fateful night, he took a knife from the kitchen and silenced his family one by one. Then, in a final act of despair, he fashioned a noose over the stairwell and ended his own life. The house was never the same. The walls absorbed the terror. The floorboards echoed with phantom footsteps, and the spirits of the children remained, lost and tormented. But something far worse had been drawn to the darkness, a presence that fed on sorrow and fear. Present day. Alice and Ben edged deeper into the house, their footsteps muffled by layers of dust. The living room bare the remnants of the gruesome past. Dark stains on the wooden floor, tattered curtains swaying despite the absence of wind. Then, a creaking noise from the stairs froze them in place. "Hello?" Alice whispered. her voice barely audible. A child's giggle echoed in response. Ben's grip on her wrist tightened. We should go now. But it was too late. The temperature plummeted and the shadows slithered along the walls. The giggle morphed into a gut-filled growl. And a small figure stood at the top of the staircase. A girl. Her face obscured by darkness. Her head tilting unnaturally. Then she moved. Not walked. Shifted. Like a mirage with tangled strings. A whisper slithered into Alice's ear, a voice not her own, but chillingly familiar. Stay with us. The walls contorted, the shadows lengthened, and then the thing at the top of the stairs laughed. Ben shoved Alice towards the window. Go! She hesitated, reaching for him, but a cold, unseen force wrapped around his throat and dragged him back towards into the darkness. The last thing Alice saw before she scrambled through the broken window was Ben's wide, terrifying eyes, and then nothing. She hit the floor outside, gasping, screaming his name. But the house stood silent once more. The window that she had escaped from was boarded up as if it had never been touched. Ben was gone. The house had claimed another soul. And somewhere inside, the laughter of children echoed, joined by a new, sorrowful voice. Would you like to know more about the story? Would you like to know what happens next? Let me know, please. Please. If you like this video, if it captivated you, if it created some sort of tension between what I was saying to what you were thinking, please let me show your appreciation with a like. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much.